Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Hearthstone. So we have to get 2 victories with Druid and Hunter. Let's see if we can do it. I guess, what should we do? We're at rank 20 here, we're ranked 21 on standard play, so let's, I guess, try Druid and Hunter here on standard. They want me to focus on playing standard, obviously. Blizzard does, at least. Uh, Although I'm having a little bit more success on Wild. Maybe that's the decks I built. Maybe that's because I couldn't build any better decks. Like this one we're playing right now is 11 victories to 13 losses.
Nature must be preserved.
I just got a card that would have worked in this deck too. I made it out of dust after opening the 5 card packs. Not that that really matters that much. So, PC Gamer magazine, whatever, I think they dropped the magazine from their name, but is doing this weird contest where if you're picked and you can go to this gaming convention that's gonna have already happened by now, you then do the speed run on Steam where you buy everything you want. That's it. They just like I'd like to know some of the actual schematics here, because first of all, somebody's gonna have to put a credit card into your Steam account and you're gonna have to log into your Steam account. So I would assume what they do is they would make a credit card that they were going to cancel after all of that, the Steam purchase is cleared. Then you have 3 minutes to add things to your cart or check out. That's the thing that would really be the difference there. Is like, if it would add quite a lot of extra time to, well, no, it wouldn't, because you just add everything to your cart. And you would heavily want to go into collections. It's like, go with the Valve collection, go with the Ubisoft collection, go with the Daedalic collection. If you just type in the word collection, add the collection, add the collection, add the collection, games, get into your wish list, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart, get everything in your wish list. If you have time to prepare, that would certainly help it. And it's like, the crowd is going to be watching for 3 minutes as you're doing this. In 3 minutes isn't a lot of time, and it excludes Valve software, where like some of those software programs, you're talking really expensive things, so I get why it would be excluded, but it's also kind of sucky.
Time waits for no one.
And I assume it also probably excludes Valve hardware, so you couldn't buy a Steam controller, Steam Link, or a Vive from it. But if you went well, you could certainly go for $500, I think, in 3 minutes. You're not gonna go thousands and thousands of dollars. Sadly, there's no way to just do all. Let's see.
For a loon.
Yeah, I don't think you can just add everything to your card. It would be a lot more interesting if you had just infinite resources to all the games coming out. You could certainly add things. Here we go.
Behold the rage of the Fireland.
Got it.
For a loon.
Time waits for no one.
I'm gonna win this because this guy's not playing. Oh, it's a good day to play. It's a good day to play. I'm half tempted just to waste time for the rest of the day and play some more. Obviously, it's like... So that's a 5-2. That becomes a 5-5. Druid of the Flame. Beast. And then this...
Nothing but
For a loon.
For the wild.
End the turn.
Time waits for
Kind
no
of wish
one.
he would come back right now so I'd have more to do. So yeah, that's a interesting proposition. Sadly, I can't take advantage of it. You have to put a video on Twitter saying why. Summon a 2/2 slime or gain an empty mana crystal. I'll take
The
both.
land serves me.
Well, actually I won't because I don't have
Nothing but
space. That's a shame.
For a loon.
That's not a valid target.
Victory! So, now we're up to rank 20? No? Yes? But our goal is rank 18 or higher. Although I think we probably got lucky. Let's just play again. We are going to play a little extra today since I want to go 45 minutes. We're still not to the point. We're still not to that point where I'm ready to say, you know what, just do 30-minute recordings. Everything's starting to change. I've started to get a few announcement dates. I got like 3 games that are coming out in 2017. That's all I know that interests me because they're going to be PC games. A couple more coming out in 2017. And they're PlayStation 4 games exclusives, and I'm like, well, or Xbox One games exclusives, and I'm like, well, that sucks. That's not what I want, but it's not a bad, we're not in a bad situation yet. E3 hasn't happened. I imagine what will happen through E3, and my goal with it is to see, is to be very hands-off.
My greetings.
My idea here is to,
My greetings.
let's see, do I discover or do I summon a panther? So I don't want to watch any of the announcements. That would take way too long. I'm not even really in too much of a habit of done that. I've done it in the past where I've watched somebody respond on a live stream to the announcements, but I don't want to do any of that. I think it's a huge waste of time. If I'm going to watch any of these videos, I don't need to watch them live, particularly. I want to be able to fast forward through that. But ideally, I just want the release dates. Give me the release date, the announced release date where it's inevitably going to not actually be the release date anyways, but give it to me anyway so I have a clue. I mean, the best I can do, well, that's a heck of a minion to get. The best I can do is have the times. Now, it's still not quite to the point where what gets announced here is guaranteed at this E3, is guaranteed that those games that look interesting to me will be played. But I probably should be moving myself mentally towards that route. Like when I saw The Witness and knew it was announced and thought it was going to be something like Myst, which it kind of is, but not in a lot of ways, it isn't. I probably, when I saw that, should have known you're going to make a special exemption there. You're going to play that game. Of course, finances are still very much just
The land serves me.
very iffy. Since this channel is not funding itself. If this channel was funding itself and I was getting $100 paycheck every month, which would be the minimum you could get per monthly, because if it's less than very consistently earning $100 every month, then I can't rely on it at all. That's my own mental fall off point. But if it reached that level, then I could almost certainly say to myself, yeah, of that money, we can get at least one $60 game and one $40 game if a $40 game existed, which it usually doesn't. Give your hero +4 in this. Give your guy +4 attack, +2 attack. Alright. Let's give him taunt. This will be interesting.
Feel my wrath for the wild.
So it would take him 7 turns and you'd have to hit it each time if you can't get a character out here. So we should be approaching next year to think about, like, some games will be played new, and the announced dates of some of these games at this E3 maybe. Either way, I still need to work forward in about the same motions, because I'm going to try to get cheaper prequels to these games that have sequels, or things that would be relative or easy to compare. If I am not playing new games, here we go, we can do this and this.
Wild is mine to control.
Savage Roar, destroy a minion, add a random minion to your opponent's hand. Interesting. If I'm not playing some of the new games, then it's questionable what I am doing. I'm gonna run out of games. If I got nothing into Steam Summer Sale at all, if that was just a total bust, I couldn't find anything worth purchasing, I had everything already, or just couldn't get the funding for it, then yeah, I would be out of games by the time half of the things that are announced here would be out. +5 and taunt. Let's see.
Let the game begin.
I should have just played swipe. That was stupid. That was dumb. Let's see, what can we do next turn? Swipe, and this for 7. And then this would be 10. Maybe mulch? Here we go. Mulch this guy. Savage Roar, then Savage Roar.
Let the game begin for the wild.
Got it. So we're winning. Why stop a win streak? We've got the quest done. We're working up to 21. We should just keep going. But yeah. So I'm gonna just, after the fact, after all the announcements at E3, that's when I'm gonna come back and just dig through it. Announcement trailers are gonna give me the initial clue as to what the game is about, only very vaguely, because no guarantee that the game is going to look anything like that or be anything like that. The date that it's supposed to be released is almost certainly going to change unless it's a really, really close date. If they say the game will be available tomorrow, or the game is available right now, that's about the only dates you can actually believe. If they say in the next few weeks, that could get pushed back. In the next couple days, that's vague enough to get pushed back.
Elune, guide my lance.
So, but I can only work with the information they give me. I don't have spies in the company that know the real date. The companies don't know the real date because it's all in flux and has to do with a lot of things.
Behold the rage of the Firelands.
Rage of the Firelands. I wish this wasn't a legendary character. I think it would be better if you could have two of them. But he is really powerful, so I'm only asking that. +1/+1 in stealth or charge. Let's see what happens when we do this. So he has stealth and charge. My choice.
Nothing but ash.
Tiger form. Bonus star going. So this is how we get up here. Is if we continue getting victories in a row, then we can get up there. I heard somebody say that on average they get to like rank 13 or 14 unranked. I'm like, well, they must play ranked all the time. And I guess I could if I wasn't playing like 3 cell phone games right now and playing other games. I suppose if I really enjoyed Hearthstone, I could probably get up to 13 if I tried, but I don't think I would enjoy the endeavor of it. There you go. I'm gonna play this and then play this,
guide my lance,
and then end the turn. This is gonna be a weird choice. Get that extra thing.
Job's done.
So after E3, once I've sorted through all that information, that's when it kind of is just, we're gonna be deeper into summer. Give my hero +4 attack, I guess.
For the wild.
Take this guy out. And we're just gonna try and move forward. I guess the summer sale will have happened. Maybe we'll have some new games to cover. There's still a lot of games in my collection, but I don't know if there's another year's worth. There may very well be only like 6 months worth. If I could get in the summer sale something along the lines of
Job's done.
like Tomb Raider 2, the Return of Rise of Tomb Raider, whatever it's called. If I could get that, maybe get Doom. I mean, if I'm really short on other games to play, if I could get the last couple of Lego games, then we'll be set to probably in the next 6 months finish up all the Lego games. I want to get more puzzle games. I want to get a lot more small independent games if I can find them. Well, this would be a 5/5, and see that 7/7's not gonna help. This guy's overloaded to the 7/7. Discover a minion. Cost 1 less for each time you used your hero power this game. Alright. This is gonna be interesting.
For the wilds. Job's done.
As far as the summer goes, I haven't heard anything, so it could be that everything that E3 gets announced for a year away for that stuff, but then give me another empty mana crystal.
The land serves me.
Let's see what else. Guess I'll just end the turn here. I don't think I'm gonna win this unless he just gives up. And if he gives up, that's gonna
Did you
suck.
bring some face?
I'd much rather him give up or disconnect. So what I want from E3 is lots of games that are coming out in the next few weeks, the next few months, and consistently for the rest of all time, as far as the rest of the year until the next E3 at least. I want a very like full plate there. I suppose I could have done that right there. Spend all your mana, gain one for each one spent.
Feel my wrath.
Here I lose. Part of the issue here, though, is last year's E3 announced live. We've had a lot of announcements of games, but they've just got pushed back and they haven't done anything. We know there isn't supposed to be another Assassin's Creed this year, but that doesn't stop them from announcing another Assassin's Creed. That's something I certainly will do. I guess we'll just stick with Druid. We were winning with Druid, so we're running 50% on this deck as far as its success ratio. If we could knock that up higher, that'd be great. Yeah, there's nothing from them stopping them from announcing a new Assassin's Creed, which I need to catch up on the Assassin's Creed series. I just played Assassin's Creed 1, then I played Shadow of Mordor. Have not given much thought, if any thought, to the next AAA game I was going to play. And that should have been thought out, certainly, but I just haven't done it. I was going to see if I could find out when Umbrella Corps comes out, so maybe I could play Resident Evil 4 around then. Otherwise, it is kind of just like, whatever. Do this. And stealth.
Another night on the prowl.
Just take that stealth, I guess. So now, if I take this,
For the wild.
attack this, it'll do one damage to this guy. Then I can hit this guy for 3. That works well. I guess I could briefly talk about TV. It's not a lot on. I'm still kind of sticking to watching Detective Conan. I did say that there was a 50th anniversary thing on Detective Conan, and I thought, well, that must be the comic book. Giving it more thought, it makes more sense that the 50th anniversary is not the TV series or the comic or the manga of Detective Conan. It is probably the 50th anniversary of the production company, which I think might be Toei, and that would make sense if it's like close to the 50th anniversary of them publishing like Astro Boy or something. That would make sense. Maybe Astro Boy is even somewhat close to the 70th anniversary of the production company. That would explain a lot. But yeah, I'm enjoying watching those at night, still probably screwing up and wasting time, but it's a difficult balance. Last night I was recording Lego The Hobbit, and I decided to go 1 hour extra, and it was like, I could feel it 20 minutes into it. I'm like, alright, I'm tired. Most recently, which is rather strange for me, it has really gotten down to an actual consistent bedtime for me. It's like, oh, I really do want to go to bed, or at least lie in bed and watch TV at 10 o'clock at night. And usually, with my insomnia, it's not that case. It's like, it's much more, I know I should, but I'm not going to. Let's see. So if I do 7 here,
That's not a valid target.
let's go ahead
must
and
safeguard.
silence this minion, kill this minion, and do this.
For the wild. Job done.
There we go. So it's weird. It's very weird. I'm not getting as much recording done as I used to, but I think that I've just gotten a little older and I can't do it. And I've gotten, maybe I was overworking myself to start off with. The Halloween series, I guess, is still on the schedule. I haven't had any changes there, so I need to fill in the next couple of months more accurately than I probably have ever done before. And by that I mean I need to, let's see, give me a spell. Let's see if I can get something that would give me, I'll take that spell. Let's see, this, and then this, and that's 10.
Nature's for the wild.
I didn't realize I had a solution there. Got lucky. I want everything to line up nicely for the Halloween thing, but by the time I'm done with Halloween, there is probably going to have to be a reevaluation on how many videos I have in that pile for Halloween. Like, if I do Dead Space 1 and Halloween, do I really wait an entire year before doing Dead Space 2? Maybe, maybe not.
versus Garrosh.
That's where I'm gonna have to evaluate, because there's probably 3 or 4 months worth of potential Halloween games in there, because horror games are more popular than a single month. And I don't like the idea of, I'm saying a lot. I notice it. I know. I'm bad. I think I'm getting a little bit better at it, but it's still very much. And then sometimes I'll just be quiet too, particularly if I'm starting to fall asleep. I'll just, as the games are going, I'm just not saying anything. I'm just being silent, letting the game play itself. I don't like that. But to get back to Halloween, there probably needs to be a reevaluation of that. Some of these games could easily be played that would transfer some things back into my regular pile of games to play, and
Another night on the prowl.
help a little bit there. Jeez, I wonder if I should have gone with stealth on that again. Or, you know what I probably should have done is not used it at all. Do shapeshift and attack this. I need that character. Who is that? See, upgraded N'Zoth First Mate. A 1/3. I need that in my rogue deck. Gain an empty man pistol. There we go. There's no other pile though besides of Halloween. There's no pile of Christmas games that I'll play in December or anything like that. Like the only like Hanukkah or Jewish things is games that I can even think of are what is it? It's called the Shiva or the Shiv maybe. It's not even the full term.
Where shall I
And
strike?
that's not a Hanukkah related thing. The sitting Shiva is when somebody dies. So there's no connection there at all. And there's, as far as I know, there's no Kwanzaa video games in existence at all. So the December holidays that I'm aware of, not likely to have very many video games related to that happen at all. November, as far as Thanksgiving and turkey related games, not a lot. 8 armor there. This.
For the wild.
Attack.
Job's done.
Let's see, if I do this next turn and get 7 1/1s, and then give them all +2/+2, and then give 1 +2/+2 on taunt, that might work. But I can't do all that in the same turn, that would take 2 turns. If I could get another Savage Roar, that would be nice too.
For the war chief.
2 Savage Roars and the Mark of the Wild. Whenever a minion takes damage, gain +1 attack. This one's gonna be a nightmare. It should be something closer to whenever a friendly minion takes damage. But give a minion +4 and taunt. Or do I, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 12, 15, 18, 18, 23, yeah. Give him +4 attack and I got this all done. Attack, 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 attack. He figured it out. Can we get up to 18 by the end of this recording? Maybe, maybe not. I think we probably need to have a quick disconnect or a quick victory somehow, and then another pretty quick victory after that. So, what does happen in December,
Malfurion.
and all of this is stuff I've covered before, but probably a long time ago.
Shall bring victory.
I must
We're up
protect
to like
the wild.
400 episodes of this blog series, and I seriously doubt anybody ever is going to actually watch them all. But what does happen in December is we have video games come out for the Christmas holiday that
Is
aren't
someone
Christmas
injured?
related. So if I was covering new games, there's an argument there for that. Deal 2 damage, or summon 2 of these. And just summon 4 of these. I doubt a priest will be able to do 1 damage to everybody in his second turn, but maybe. Let's see. Play this, kill this one, and that one. End of turn. So if I was playing new games
Do you
in
hear its call?
December of 2016, that would be a little bit of a pain. Give a hero +4 attack. We'll do it. 4 attack to get rid of this guy.
For the wild.
More to the face. Maybe in 2017, that seems like it's a good chance that could happen. I'll want to do kind of a year in review around December 2016. No guarantee it will actually happen, but I'll want to do it. Intentions will be there to do it, but and I think we probably will have some stuff to say there. Like, we have done a lot this year, or I have done a lot this year. The royal we there. Channel. If I go back, I'll go back and look at like what the year in review was for the year before, and it'll probably be night and day the difference. Well, I mean, it almost certainly will be. I think by the end of the year in 2015, I had only played The Binding of Isaac, The Witcher 3 maybe, Prototype maybe, and not Prototype, Talent Principle, Portal, FTL, maybe some Plague Inc. Evolved. So that it was like a list of 5, and that was it. Let's see. What do I want to do? I don't see any reason to make his heal cost more.
Time waits for no one.
There we go. So yeah, there was probably only like 5 games I had played because I started late in 2015. I didn't have any games at all by modern comparisons.
Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
Caress your fear.
Let's see, deal 2 damage, gives kits in +2/+2. +5.
Job's done.
So, like, yeah, in comparison, we've almost all this year
I have no time
had
for games.
6 series going on. Well, 5 series plus Hearthstone for the entire year. In which we've been covering games.
I must
So there's
safeguard the land.
going to be a ton more. Gain an empty mana
guard my
crystal.
lands.
Give me this. Take control of a random enemy.
For the wild.
Yeah, so it'll be a totally different thing. I'll have so many games that I'll have to think about like, what game do I give Game of the Year to this year? I've just powered through so many. I've forgotten most of them. I haven't retouched Witcher 3. I can't give it to them. I'm not gonna replay Portal 2 or Portal 1, and even if I did, I'm not gonna give Game of the Year to that. So yeah, it really becomes this confusing
Is someone injured?
possibility here. Just like, what do I even give it to? What new games have I played? A few. Do I really give it to The Witness? I don't think The Witness deserves it.
Your mother was a...
I mean, I still have months and months to consider this, and I'll talk about it kind of from a background perspective on this vlog when I do, but it is so much changed now. It probably should be the top
Do you
3,
know the
top
secret
5,
handshake?
top 6, top 10 games of the year. And for me, it's probably not just going to be a game of the year. Because,
Are you my master?
and that's certainly going to be its own little subjective weirdness, because maybe, very possibly, I'll play the game, and in the middle of playing it, said, this irritates me, this irritates me, this irritates me, and have now forgotten all of that. It's possible that will happen. I'm gonna lose here. So I could give like Game of the Year to something I was mediocre on. I doubt I would give it to something I completely hated. I would hope I could remember that much. It would be really ridiculous if I gave it to like Lego The Hobbit or Lego Lord of the Rings, because in the next 4 months I just forgot all of that. But maybe if I stayed within the Lego thought, maybe I would say the Lego Game of the Year is Lego Batman 3, and Lego Batman 3 I think did have some problems. Yeah, there is nothing to do here. Let him win. I was close. If he hadn't stolen my character here, I would have won. Ooh, do I want to go another game? I guess I do. We'll go one more game and risk going late. Is there anything else I'm gonna do by the end of the year? Not particularly. I think if I'm gonna reboot any animation or anything, I don't see why they do it in the New Year's time. If I would say anything for me, my quote-unquote fiscal year is probably going to be closer to the Steam Summer Sale, or right after it. Because as long as that is my time for purchasing new games, that's what's going to put my mentality in lock for that next year. So if I bought on a Steam Summer Sale one year, I said, you know what, I'm just going to buy a ton of full motion video games, FMV games, that could influence my mentality as what a new logo would look like. Not that I just every year, I'm just gonna squelch this guy immediately. I really don't immediately want a full reboot every year, unless I have an artist who wants to do that and thinks he can improve it, and all of that. Right now, that's not the case. I desperately need an artist who's at least willing to learn and move down the path of using Blender for some stuff.
Guide my lance.
At least that's my suggestion. Maybe not. Maybe somebody would want to be their artist and they say, well, I'm not willing to do anything with Blender, but I can draw this. Here's my art. And maybe that would be acceptable. Yeah, it very possibly would be. If they can do it, if they can get it done in a timely manner and they make it look good, I don't have a problem particularly with somebody that just wants to stick to drawing things in Photoshop. But I think being willing to learn in Blender, being willing to apply shading effects and motion effects and just all kinds of effects you would see in an intro at the beginning of a movie or at the beginning of a TV show, things that often are barely 15 seconds long, things you won't even really notice unless you're looking for them. I feel like that could help differentiate this channel a little bit. Of course, if that does come down to that I get an intro and outro to that level, the quality of my own work will be severely lacking there. I need to improve on me.
Bathe in flame.
Definitely too.
Need a blessing? Yes.
I would certainly love suggestions on that too. If I had somebody that was willing to talk to me and willing to critique me a little bit, it's fine. I'd probably get irritated by it eventually, but I can take criticism, sort of. I mean, I'm not even gonna say try to pretend like if I could be offended, but you know what? Probably not. But I could be.
For the wild.
There's certain things that, like me going and that's just years and years of practice of doing that. So it's gonna take years and years of practice, I think, to get away from that. The way my voice sounds is just the way my voice sounds. I've always sounded this way, so I can't change it from how it comes out of my voice. I can change it as far as soundboards and equipment. Equipment right now is not really a thought. I probably should have another time where equipment should be a thought, maybe somewhere closer to December. If the summer sale is somewhere around the 6th month, or actually it's the 7th month, maybe somewhere in January, you think about buying new equipment. That would certainly be something to consider with budgeting, although I am pretty consistently looking for the best deals, so just whenever I see the best deals, that's when I should get them. Sadly, for what I really want, there aren't probably ever going to be that many deals. You're not going to get the exact microphone that you want on sale. The USB version of it goes on sale every now and then, but the pro level with the pro connections don't ever. Deal 2 damage to all enemy minions.
Feel my wrath. For the wild. Job done.
So, yep. So I don't know if we're gonna get any new art. It would be nice that by this time, or by January, or by the next summer sale, new art is out. There's certainly a lot more ambition there than what I'm actually getting done now, which is almost nothing. Every single show I make, and I make a lot of them, so it's very demanding, needs its own custom art, and that's one thing that's not even started on that. Everything needs an outro, maybe an intro, if you can make it short, sweet, and attention getting, and really, really, really short. Maybe an intro, maybe not. A lot of people don't use it for good reason. Use intros. You don't see Captain Sparkle start his videos with an intro usually. Well, anywho, that's I guess where we're gonna end it. I can't believe I even was able to stretch this into 2 recordings. We got all the quests done. We had to trade the Tavern Brawl, so we lost 20 gold simply because of that quest. That sucks that we had to do that, but I don't want to win 5 Tavern Brawls anyways. It's a dumb quest. It needs to go away. We're at 3,370 gold, so we're making our progress up here. We'll be up to 5,000 pretty fast, and then it's just a little bit twice as long as it takes us to get to 5,000. It will take us to get to 10,000, and at 10,000 we'll have 5,000 to buy whatever expansion if it's a solo adventure, and 5,000 to buy 50 card packs if we want to. That's about it though. Nothing else has changed here, so as always I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.